Liberty football coming off its sixth Big South Championship this past season, but it's never too early to start looking ahead towards 2014. On Wednesday, the Liberty Flames football schedule was released, and Nick, as we take a look at it, August 30th, the Flames will make their third trip in 4 years to North Carolina, this time to play the Tar Heels.
Yeah, it never seems like that there is an off-season anymore with college football. It just kind of revolves year-round with signing day and spring ball, and now looking at the upcoming schedule. And you mentioned the North Carolina Tar Heels. This is a good football team, Alan. They're coming off a Belk Bowl victory over Cincinnati, 39-17, in a game that really honestly wasn't even that close. But the Tar Heels aren't going to be invincible. They will have their starting quarterback, Marquise Williams, back for next season, but they're going to lose their big pass-catching tight end, Eric Ebron. He's likely off to the NFL. But another guy you're going to want to keep an eye on is Ryan Switzer. He changed that Belk Bowl game dynamically with some kick returns, punt returns. He's a guy that, as a freshman wide receiver, really stood out for them this year.
After North Carolina, Flames head out to the Tidewater region to play at Norfolk State on September 6th. The home opener, which will be against Brevard, a team we saw last year, on September the 13th. Hall of Fame weekend will be the next weekend after that against Bryant on the 20th. And then a newcomer to the schedule at Indiana State. That should be a fun ball game on September 27th. And we all keep our eyes on the October 4th matchup with Richmond coming into town. That game is going to be a lot of fun, not only for the Flames, but the fans as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be Danny Rocco's return game here to Williams Stadium. First time he's been here as a head coach since he was the head coach here at Liberty. Also could be a homecoming of sorts as well for Mike Rocco, his nephew. First game back here at Williams Stadium as well. He should be the starting quarterback by then, we would think. Remember, he played all his games here at Liberty Christian Academy, but transferred from UVA to Richmond a year ago. Now, after sitting out a year, should be ready to go as their starting QB. There's a lot of different storylines heading into that game, but overall, I think the Flames look forward to a chance to hopefully beat a good team out of the CAA.
After the Flames host Richmond on the 4th, October 11th, Appalachian State and Liberty will match up for the 10th time ever. This time it'll be in Boone, a team coming off a 4-8 record under first-year head coach Scott Satterfield, but they deem Kid Brewer Stadium as the Rock. It's going to be a fun place to go watch these two teams play.
Absolutely. That's a tough place to play down there. One of the toughest in the country back when they were winning national championships with Armani Edwards, that 3 straight run that they had down there. It was as tough a place to play as anywhere in the country. But the Flames 2-5 all-time at Boone, but they have won there before. You remember all the way back to the 1997 season, App State was ranked, I think, 15th in the country, and the Flames went down there and capped off a 9-2 season with a win. So it has been done before, albeit it's been a while. But the Flames are looking forward to the opportunity, and that's a great addition to the schedule. App State, its first year in the Sun Belt this year.
For the second straight year, Liberty will play 12 games. Now, a year ago, there was 7 home games. This year, it's even right down the middle, 6 on the road, 6 at home. The open date for Liberty will be on October the 18th, and then the Flames dive into league play. And we'll start with Gardner-Webb. We won't go over every league game because we know what the Big South is all about, but always special to start at home. Family weekend on October 25th against Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, and Gardner-Webb, a team that the Flames handled pretty well on the road last year. But I would suspect that they're going to be coming back here defensively. They're always a challenge, but they're going to come back in here looking to want to return the favor here this upcoming season.
After Gardner-Webb, Liberty will head on the road for the first time in league play November 1st at Presbyterian. Then 2 straight home games at home. Monmouth, who we saw last year, will make their way into the Big South this year with the defection of VMI. That'll be on November the 8th. And the 15th, Charleston Southern, a team that much improved under Jamie Chadwell. They'll be here on the 15th. And then you look at the last regular season game, November 22nd at Coastal Carolina. You would think Liberty and Coastal will be part of the preseason polls high in the Big South, and what a way to wrap things up at Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, and usually the winner of that game wins the Big South Conference, as we've seen that play out time and time again. But just to touch on a couple of those other games as well, Monmouth having to come back down here 2 years in a row for them. That's a tough venture coming down from the Northeast. But Flames took care of them pretty easily last year, 45-15. We know what happened with the Charleston Southern game the last week of the season. They're going to be coming back here with a little bit of renewed vigor, if you will, to try to return the favor for the Flames. But then, Coastal Carolina last week of the season, and that's a stadium that's not been too kind to the Flames here over the last few years. They have not won there since 2008 when Rashad Jennings was wearing a Liberty uniform. So the Flames are going to need to win that game. It usually is going to come down to Liberty and Coastal Carolina time and time again, we've seen it. These two teams have been near the top of the Big South Conference, going to FCS playoffs, and want to run for Coastal this year to make it all the way, into the the quarterfinals of the FCS playoffs, and then a loss to North Dakota State. But they went to Montana and won. And that's a team that's been playing some good football over the last couple of years. The Flames feel like that they're going to be ready for them this year, though.
Before we say goodbye, a couple of special announcements on the schedule. Again, the home opener, September 13th with Brevard. Hall of Fame weekend against Bryant on September 20th. Homecoming will be the Richmond ball game on October the 4th, and family weekend against Gardner-Webb on October the 25th. So again, Liberty's 2014 football schedule has been announced. For more information on it and other Liberty Flames athletics, be sure to stay logged on to libertyflames.com. For Nick Pierce, I'm Alan York for Liberty Flames Sports Network.